Hello， 各位朋友，大家好啊！咁歡迎收睇我哋呢個訪問啊！今日我哋嘅嘉賓咧就係湯普新。Hello Ben，can you say hi to our audience?
Hello audience, thanks for having me, Ian.
So Ben, welcome to Hong Kong. And actually, it was a surprise when I see your name, and because now you have developed quite a successful career back in Queensland. So why would you like come to Hong Kong at this particular time of the year?
Yeah, it's obviously a very exciting call to get from the Hong Kong Jockey Club to the opportunity to come here and ride. And like most jockeys, it's a dream. It has been a dream of mine and a dream of most to ride in Hong Kong. So it was an offer that didn't really feel like there was much of a decision to make. It was just instantly, when can I come? So fantastic to be here, and I'm loving the experience.
So far, you have been here for a few, I think 2 months almost. So
almost
what do you
month
think?
and a half.
Yeah. So what do you think about the racing here? Is that a little bit different to what you think before you come to Hong Kong?
I've always been a big fan of Hong Kong racing and had a strong interest in it. So I've watched it a lot, and having mates ride here, it's only strengthened that interest. So without having come, I'd sort of following it for some time, I'm sure helped. But there's nothing like first-hand experience. It's a lot different. It's different on and off the track.
Yes.
In Australia, I've been based in Victoria and now Queensland there. So the riding's different. It's also getting used to different riders.
Yes.
And traits that other riders have. So nonetheless, it's been brilliant dealing with some of the world's best trainers, and riding at Happy Valley and Sha Tin's been amazing. So I'm sure I think I'm 7 weeks into a 12-week stint, and yeah, really enjoying it. So it's a invaluable experience.
So riding in Hong Kong actually is quite challenging. So no matter how good of your portfolio, you still have to get your ride and then just perform at the track. In Australia, you have your agent who can help you to just sort of all the rides. But in Hong Kong, you have to do it on your own, and you have to do all the homework on your own too. So can you tell us what is the biggest challenge that you face as a jockey in Hong Kong?
Yeah, that itself, it's a big challenge and a big change to what we're used to. So in Australia, what we're used to in Australia. So it makes even the winners have had extra rewarding, knowing that you've had to, chase hard or actually seek the ride.
Yes.
Rather than your agent and or the trainer just contacting your agent behind the scenes. So it's been a great challenge, and also then trying to source rides out of meetings you've ridden at following the meeting. I guess all part of the great game that's here in Hong Kong. So it's been a good experience. I had that experience dealing the same way in Singapore. You don't have a manager when I spent time there. So I'm sure that's helped. It hasn't been completely foreign to me, but a big part of the challenge.
It took a while for you to just land your first winner in Hong Kong on the 6th of March. You're just flying home at Happy Valley when you are reading a Career Magic. So I'm sure that is a big relief for you, because just for the first 30-40 rides, cannot just make a winner, but at least there's a winner. So can you share with us how do you feel at that time?
Yeah, exactly. It was amazing. As you say, it's every win special. No matter in Australia, we ride on many different tracks, and it doesn't matter the class of race, the value of the race, or where it is. It's always special and very rewarding to ride a winner. But especially here, as I say, it's more so. It's been a dream to ride here. Something that I wished for, not necessarily can you say you're going to come here. So to be here is one thing, and to ride a win is another. So it was extremely special. It was 3.5 weeks into my stint. So when there is only 2 meetings a week too, it makes it feel like a lot longer.
Yes.
But it was definitely extremely rewarding, satisfying, and a relief. So hopefully we can find more before my license year is up.
Yes. So when we're talking about your racing background, actually you're based in Melbourne, and you're apprenticed to Mick Price, and then you just moved to Queensland. So can you tell us what's the reason that you would like to move your base from Victoria to Queensland?
Yeah. So my first was Mick Kent
Mick Kent,
in
yes,
Cranbourne. So I there's been others that have had a similar introduction to racing, but my parents actually trained greyhounds, so racing of a different code, and I hadn't ridden a horse until I was 15, so it all happened quite spur of the moment. It was actually Easter of 2012, the first time I rode a horse, and then I got a job with Mick Kent a couple of months later, and the interest just developed from there. I was race riding just over 2 years later. Myself and now one of my best mates, Bo Mertens, we come through at the same time, and now here we are. So I started my apprenticeship with Mick Kent. I then transferred to Alan and Jason Williams, father and brother of Craig Williams, and then finished my apprenticeship and I went to Singapore, spent 12 months there, returned to Victoria. Then during COVID, during lockdowns in Victoria, I moved to Brisbane to be with my now wife Stephanie. So it happened just purely through being in lockdown and not being able to see each other, and now Queensland's become our home. So you can definitely say that things happen for a reason.
So when you talk about Singapore, I read an interview that Danny Brisley has been your good mate, because at that time he gave you a lot of advices, and so just actually you built quite a good foundation in Asian racing because you have the experience in Singapore and also UAE as well. So just coming to Hong Kong, firstly I would say that it's not too difficult for you, and then you just not too many good rides, but still have to perform. So there's a little bit pressure building up, right?
100%, and also you're amongst some of the best riders in the world. So it's albeit I've had the experience, as you say, in Asia. It's a completely different challenge. This and of the highest level. Everybody's here for a reason, and has been invited to ride here, and as are amazing riders and operators on and off the track. So, but no, Danny Beasley, he's one of my best mates, and has been through spending time in Singapore. So he's been of a great value, not only as a friend off the track, but on the track. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He knows what it's like to perform and win at the highest level, and he's had an experience here in Hong Kong. So he's a great friend, and he's having him in my corner is a great thing to have.
Do you remember what's the most important message or advice that he has given to you?
Yeah, well, not particular one, but he's just I think just his outlook on obviously his knowledge on racing, his outlook on racing and life is just I think his best asset, and he's great at putting things into perspective. So he's just with his advice, he'll tell me if I've done something wrong. There's no grey, but I think just out and out, he's a great person and a very good mate.
So in 2023 has been an emotional year for you because you have won your first Group 1 on Uncommon James on the Oakland plane, and also you have your baby Harry. So we talk about the Group 1 first. So how do you feel when you're riding Uncommon James? Because at that I watched that race, you're coming from a wide barrier, and the horse quick enough to settle in second, and it's just in the stretch, just keep fighting the line strongly and fend off another favourite in the race. So I can see how you cheer when you won the race. So just it should be one of the highlights of your career, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was extremely special. I remember it very clearly. We come across from the wide barrier, and honestly, the race just couldn't have panned out better. It's a very high pressure race with a strong tempo, the Oakley Plate, as history says. But he jumped away great. He cruised across to sit second, and he just took ownership of the race quite early and went on to win very well. So. On a Queensland horse for Stephen O'Day and Matt Hoysted, who have been some of my biggest supporters since moving to Queensland, and back in Victoria, where is my hometown and where everything started, was I couldn't have scripted it better. So it was a very, very memorable day, and hopefully we can taste more Group 1 success in time to come.
And then also we talk about Harry, and actually he was born in last September, and it was quite emotional for young parents, because actually when he was born, actually 13 days or 12 days, then he have to have an open heart surgery, and then that would be just like the most difficult 12 hours for you and Stephanie, right? It
was. We found out, fortunately, so we could plan for the challenges that Harry had to face. We found out halfway through the pregnancy at 20 weeks. So thank God, modern day technology that we did know the issues, the complications that Harry had with his heart. So it was vital the first 3 to 4 weeks really, between pre-surgery, where it was just sort of letting him build up and strengthen, to then having surgery. He was in theatre for 12 and a half hours. It was very, very scary. And in that month, I'm sure Steph and I, we aged years. It was very hard, but thank God we had each other, and we've got great family and friends to help us through it. And now we've got a little boy that's thriving. He's 6 months, and unless you were to know that of his start to life, you'd have no idea there's any issues. He's happy, and he just does everything right. He's the Stefan on my greatest achievement, and it's an amazing to be parents. So we're really enjoying the journey.
Can you share the love story between you and Stephanie? And because I know both of you are jockeys, so when you plan to come to Hong Kong, actually she had to sacrifice a little bit that not riding in Queensland, and also because of she was pregnant, so she skipped riding for a little bit. So how can you just like comfort her and ask her to be a mom at home?
Yeah, I've got.
Can you give us some tips?
I've got a very understanding wife. You could say she's amazing, Steph. She's also, as you say, a jockey. We met through riding. And we've been married almost 2 years and together 6.5. So the journey, it's gone very quick. She just returned to race riding after being out of the saddle for I think it was 10 months. So it was a bit untimely. You could say that it would have been great for her to ride a bit longer. She'd had 2 rides back before we jetted here to Hong Kong. So her career's been put on hold for mine, but it's obviously I couldn't do it without her, and very, very thankful that she has made the sacrifice for us to be here. So you could say I definitely I'm in debt to her and owe her big time.
Yes, now Harry is a healthy and cute kid. So, but I'm sure that that's as you say, is the most scariest moments that you have to go through for that 12.5 hours. So, can you give us some young parents that they have faced the same problem, some advices for them how to just like cope with, or how to comfort the partner? Just like I'm sure the friends and families has been very important. But any advices to that? Yeah,
it's still raw and something that you have to sort of think back on to answer that. But I think more so probably just in any relationship, but something like that when you have adversity or challenges to face is just to talk and be there for one another. It tends to be, it's not healthy to leave, or to hide your emotions or to leave thoughts in. So Steph and I, we were just there for one another. There wasn't any easy days, but some days harder than others, and we were just there for one another. And we've got incredible parents and family and friends around us. So we just reached out to those who are in need, and we knew that we weren't fighting that fight alone. And that was all. I think just being open and honest, and for another, and as well too, like we weren't the first couple, and unfortunately won't be the last that has to face a challenge like that. So it has you sort of rest assured that you're not alone. There's others that are facing the same challenge, and also being inside the hospital where there's many families and children that are unwell, it puts life into perspective. So everybody's in there fighting their own battle, and albeit it's an amazing place, the hospital, and they've given Harry a chance at life. He wouldn't have made it without the hospital and the doctors and nurses there, surgeons, as simple as that. But it's an amazing place, albeit very, very tough. They take great care of you, and as a team, you can get through it together.
Yes. Every successful story, there's a reason behind, and I'm sure that even though you have some hard time in Hong Kong at the beginning, but because of your experience through life, actually Harry is a life lesson for you and Stephanie too. So how to build up your stronger mindset and also mentally, so you can cope with all the difficulties, I'm sure, in the future. So can you tell us, boy, how can you balance life and career?
Yeah, it is something we have to sort of plan at times because it's so easy to get caught up in racing, albeit there's only races twice a week in Hong Kong compared to where I'm in Queensland. It would vary between, as a rule, sort of 4, sometimes 6. So there is the workload physically is less. There's still chasing rides and negotiating with trainers and owners. It takes up time too. So it is just trying to make time for each other, and Steph and I and Harry. So we try to plan things, and fortunately I can ride at a light weight, so I can enjoy a nice lunch or dinner. So we try to do that and just go out and explore Hong Kong. So whilst we're here, so it's definitely something that you have to plan. And like most people, everybody's busy, whether you're a jockey or not. It's you have to make sacrifice to make ends meet for your family. But we tend to find enough time to do leisurely things away from racing.
Yes. So you are in Hong Kong now, and what would you like to achieve for your riding career here?
Yeah, I think like anybody that's here, all come to hope to ride winners and just learn along the way. It's he said there's been, even since I've been riding, 9.5 rides coming up to 10 years. There's been many Australians come and go, and just through following them, they've all sort of went on to great success and back in Australia when they have returned and gone on to bigger and better things. So, fingers crossed that I can follow suit and be much better for this experience. If I could stay longer, it would be a dream. So it is a place that I'd love to spend a lot of time, Hong Kong, and yeah, it's somewhere I want to be. So hopefully it's the start of a long journey here, or the start of more experiences that I can have in returning to Hong Kong. So I'm just have opened the opportunity with open arms and taking everything as it comes.
So that means that there would be a good chance that you, after even you extended to 1st of May, that there will be a chance that you stay longer time in Hong Kong or even next season?
Yeah, I'd love to. Obviously, it's I hope hopefully there is an opportunity to potentially stay longer or return, and it's something that my family and I would be very, very eager to do.
Yes. So how do you see yourself in 3 years?
I'm not sure. It's especially in this game. You don't know sort of where you see yourself in 3 months. So it's hopefully things will be going well, and hopefully I'm much better than I am now. It's obviously a game. Well, I think just not only whether you're any kind of sportsman, whether you're playing golf, tennis, football, riding horses, no matter what you're doing, you hope that you're much better tomorrow than you were the day before, and likewise then. So hopefully I'm just a better, wiser jockey and person.
Any races you want to win?
Many different races I'd like to win. So no, hopefully we can win some nice races along the way.
Yes, in Australia, Melbourne Cup or something big.
Yeah, that's every jockey's dream, I'm sure. But it's an incredible race to ride in. Let alone I could only imagine what it's like to be victorious in it. So it's not many jockeys get the privilege of winning Australia's greatest race. So hey, fingers crossed that I could one day. But no, it's just learning and trying to get better as time goes on.
Last but not least, if you can just thank 3 people, what would they be?
Definitely my parents, my wife Stephanie, and I've got too many great friends that have helped along the way, on and off the track, that have led me to be where I am. Probably with horse racing though, I'd have to say I'd be most in debt to trainer Frankie Stockdale. If it wasn't for him, I'd have never ridden a horse, and he first put me on a horse and taught me to initially how to ride. So it would be definitely those 3.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ian.
And hope
Thank you.
All the best and staying longer time in Hong Kong.
Appreciate it. Thank you.